Here we have a new 2022 Hyundai Kona, and this one comes in the SEL trim level in ultra black on black cloth interior. The powertrain consists of a 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine mated to an intelligent variable transmission, abbreviated IVT. And as you get to the front here, we have our LED daytime running lights with halogen headlamps. And they don't flash like that, that's just my camera lens. And down here we have 17-inch aluminum wheels. We get passive keyless entry. And there are the controls for the power windows, door locks, and mirrors. And there's our driver's seat there. And we can control the seat bottom, move that forward and back by pulling up here, and the seat back by pulling up here. So that's my leg room there, and I'm 6'3", and I have the seat in front of me adjusted for someone of my size. But for such a small vehicle, definitely not bad at all. There's a view of the front from back here. There's the center seat with cup holders. And now let's check out the window sticker. So these are all the standard features that come on the SEL. You get forward collision avoidance, lane keep assist, blind spot, and of course you have heated side mirrors, the Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and then you just get a cargo package and wheel locks pretty much. Well, floor mats too, with this one in terms of options. So stickers for $24,795, market adjustment $28,790. But you're getting 35 miles per gallon on the highway, 30 city. So definitely good fuel mileage. And I want to give a huge shout out to Hyundai of Cool Springs for letting me review this car today. I'll leave a link below in the description to check this one out. And there's our trunk space there. So for even more space, if you want to pull there, you can actually run longer or larger objects through the back all the way up to the front seat, and then you can just snap it back into place by pulling it up. Very easy to do. And then here we have our front passenger seat. And now we're just gonna take a quick look under the hood. And there's that 2-liter naturally aspirated Smart Stream 4-cylinder. And next we're gonna go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So here's our 3-spoke steering wheel here, which I really like. Easy to maneuver, easy to grip. So with the radio here, we get AM, FM, and XM, along with Bluetooth audio, and then we have wired Apple CarPlay, Android Auto too. And then we have our backup camera here, and as you turn the steering wheel, the guidelines follow you, so you kind of know where you're going. And then we can set up our device connections, use BlueLink, the Wi-Fi hotspot, and then we can even fool with a few climate settings here. But vents there. Then we have the actual climate controls here. Fan speed, temperature, and then where you want it to go. And then no wireless charger here, I just have the phone sitting there. But we have a USB port, 2 of them, and then a 12 volt. And what I really like is this shifter. It just looks really sporty, kind of like in the Velosters. But you just hit the button here, reverse, neutral drive, then you can slap over and manually shift there. And then we can toggle our auto stop, and then we have 3 drive modes, normal, sport, and smart, which we can toggle back and forth here. And I like you don't have to go all the way through it. You can just, if you meant to hit sport and go to smart, you can just go back to sport instead of having to go all the way back. But cup holders, emergency brake, small center console cubby space. There's a view of the back from up here. And there's our glove compartment with owner's manuals. And to the steering wheel, we can control volume, track list, or radio stations, and then we can actually toggle through what audio we want to use, whether it's the radio, the Bluetooth. And then we have our voice connection buttons here, voice recognition, excuse me. And then we have our favorites here. And then we have the lane centering, cruise controls, and then here we can go through our gauge cluster. I'll kind of take a quick run through all of that. So pretty helpful. There's our push button start. And finally, we have a key fob with remote start. But next, we're gonna go ahead and take this 2022 Hyundai Kona SEL out on the road for a quick test drive. So as I'm coming up this sharp incline here, I can already tell pretty good pull from this 2-liter, even in normal mode, which I wasn't expecting. I was expecting it to be a bit sluggish, but this is a smaller car, so I think the 2-liter is just enough, especially if you're trying to get that mid-30s fuel economy. But so far, it's actually just driving really, really well. It's not plush, but it's not overly bouncy or rough. Just a pretty solid car. And so far, not a lot of sound intrusion in the cabin. Just driving very nicely. So I'm gonna put it in the smart mode because that's where I would usually keep a vehicle if it were me. And when I give it a little bit of throttle, let's see how it accelerates. extremely good pull for this kind of car. I mean, very good merging power. And pretty good drive quality as well. And coming down the stretch of the interstate, a really, really smooth ride. Well, let's test out the sound system real quick. So really not bad. It's an okay system. I will say I've already noticed from driving Tucson earlier, the updated and better quality radio systems, you control all of your volume from the actual radio. So with this one, I had to, you probably know from older systems, I had to adjust the sound on my phone with how loud I wanted the signal to go, and then I have to adjust the actual volume of the radio as well. So you can never really get a perfectly balanced sound that way. But for what it is, it's okay. It's doable for this price range. And overall, I really think the Kona is a contender in this market for those who are looking for a fuel efficient vehicle, something that's easy to drive, easy to park, not too fast, and just overall a good car that you can beat around town in. And then if you need to take a longer trip, you have the fuel efficiency for that. This is definitely a good option. Just very easy to drive. And for those who demand a bit more in terms of features, in terms of drive modes and all of that, you get that as well. So with all that being said, this is going to bring me to the end of my review of the 2022 Hyundai Kona SEL.